Yes, family, blessed love, give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Give thanks for your presence with us right here in the Tiger's Nest. Honorable Priest Isaac here with you, representing Priest Isaac Institute of Holistic Knowledge, definitely priestisaacinstitute.com, and of course Radio Anu. Remember, all the links to the website and to the international radio station is in the description below. Well, you already see what we're going to get into here. I'm just going to be speaking a bit about the events that took place a few days ago, not just in Jamaica, but in the Americas. I'm talking about the royal visit of the Prince William and his wife, Princess Kate. And for sure, I want to highlight what you're looking at here as I see them getting down into some deep Nyahbingi ritual. But anyway, before we get to that, let me just highlight some key information I have for you. All the international homeschoolers, I have a very pleasant surprise for you. In fact, I'm going to do a program on this by itself, but let me just somewhat prep you for this. We are beginning a brand new program within our international homeschool. We're talking about language arts. We're speaking specifically of English. Now, hold on. This addition to our international homeschool program will literally be given to those who are already on any aspect of our homeschool program for free. Yes, you heard me right, for free. And it will be fully virtual, and it will be hosted and presented by the Honorable Empress Naya, who is actually officially, she has her bachelor degree in language arts and her master's degree in African American history, and so many different certifications in many different aspects of different crafts that has to do with the upliftment of our people. So family, especially if you are already on the international homeschool program, whether it's the African history, heritage, astronomy, biology, whatever it is, we are offering you the English class, which is, language arts, as it is referred to as, for free. So if you want some more consultation on that, just contact us via the email, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, because you got to keep in mind for sure, yeah, African history and heritage and astronomy, the world doesn't see these as important subject areas, but in this modern time, you're not going nowhere without the English, you're not going nowhere specifically without the mathematics, and the mathematics will also be coming very soon. So I'm just encouraging your family, to get your young ones enrolled in the international homeschool program, and the English, the language arts being given to you by the experts will be totally free. Okay. Now, as far as the situation here, family, in reality, what is there really to be said? And the reason why I am highlighting it is because a few ones have been, chupsing and quite upset, and how dare they, and the races are sellout, and a heap of things. Well, this is not a pretty picture for sure. It's not something I delight in seeing at all. But then again, at the same time, how did we reach thus far? Because yes, we may speak of number one, for sure, those of you who don't know, as Rastafari, any kind of Rastafari that be beating drums, the woman in any ceremonial order don't come and sit down and beat no drums. The woman, black woman I talking, the Rasta Nyahbingi woman with long skirt and her head wrap up, and she don't come and sit around and beat drums. You do that, you get fire. I hear fire, and you have to run, go out, and yeah. But this is serious, So what I'm saying is that it's all about standard. People may think you're discriminating, but if you have a standard that you're keeping up, how you can make them whoever they are. And you see, this is why I personally, I have a very this is more than royal family. This is not just royal family. This is our ancient African tradition, being Rastafari. Our ancient African tradition, being Rastafari. Let me explain something so I can show you where I stand on this. Now, just like any other African tradition, right? If you are a visitor, whether you are quote unquote blue blood or not, if you are a visitor, there may be certain aspects of our tradition that you can partake of, but there's a line that you just cannot cross. I mean, if you're going to tell me that a woman, like I personally, I have a concern with Caucasians as it relates to the churchical order and Rastafari. For years, I talk about that. I don't talk about it with hatred. Anybody that know me can't even bring up that like if it's some sort of concern. But you see, some of us, we're so punctified and we afraid white people so much, because I personally know Rastaman, you know, Bobo Shanti, I know them, that don't like Caucasians in this order. And they keep quiet. They burn a fire when they see you. And when they see, hey, and they grin and giggle and, hey, my Lord, I'm not into that personally. And I'm telling you straight, there's no hatred here. It's just the understanding of God. Again, as an African tradition, the Bobo Shanti art is an African tradition. I don't say that you block out anyone from any ethnicity, you know, because it's a salvation order. So once you're a human being, Rasta, once you're a living organism, I think salvation belongs to you, a rabbit or eel or whatever. I think salvation belongs to you. So I could never be a tyrant to go hold back salvation from anyone. But again, I will repeat, it is an African tradition. The Bobo Shanti, you know, is almost an ethnicity, you know. By name is like an ethnicity, those in the diaspora. So as an African tradition, even if you fall in love with it and you want to be a member of it because you want your soul saved, hey, enough respect to you. I ain't got no, listen, I give you 100% marks, whether you're Chinese, Japanese, whatever, European, and you want to hold on to this Rastafari order, you want to hold on to King Emmanuel order, you've made the right decision. Of course, come on in. You should be a part of it. How else you gonna get saved? Yes. But in my book, no, you can't just climb up on that altar. So no. Listen, I tell you, I've been in positions now, and I can say it now, and I know some people ain't gonna like it. The only thing I'm gonna not do is call the names, because I've spoken about this already to the point where I call names, and they didn't like it, but it's all right. I don't want to go too far right now. But I know, that I've spoken to ranking members of our order, and I tell them clearly that, hey, in fact, I remember sitting, I can call the names, and if you follow me good, you remember the stories that I've given maybe a couple of years ago. And I would have sat with them brethren and say, hey, so you see something wrong with 6 black priests and 1 Caucasian priest on the altar? No, man, my Lord, that good man, Emmanuel, you know me, Emmanuel done crown a white priest. Okay. What about 5 black priests and 2 Caucasian priests? Yeah, man, everything blessed, man. Okay, all right. You see like how Abraham and God was talking, if you find 10 righteous, you find 9 righteous. So I do it. I said, okay, tell you what. Suppose you have 5 Caucasian priests. European descent, if Caucasian is an insultive word to some. And 2 of African origin on the altar in front of a black congregation. What do you think about that? No, my Lord, that can't happen. It was unanimous. I'm not giving you a scenario. No. I'm telling you something that I've gone through, right at Bobo Hill, in the guest house. The only thing left out of this story is the date, the time, and the people who I was talking to. And I come to live to see one of them same priests on a video on the altar with 3 Caucasian, one of them leading the service, and he in the midst of it. And them same brethren tell me to my face, that can't happen. It's all about you give an inch, you take a mile. Now, I don't want to go too deep into this now, because many listening would not understand. I'm going to take the conversation and carry it all over the world and put all sorts of brand on it. But because I don't care what nobody feels, you understand, I'm not trying to convince nobody of how I feel in my heart. But to me, even if you are a white man, if you are a real white man, you yourself will say, listen, man, I want to be a part of this, but my brethren, y'all shouldn't be so open to us. Yeah, King Emmanuel himself said, feed them with a long spoon. And me make it up, not me saying, we're not feeding nobody with no long spoon. He didn't say not to feed them. So don't make it sound so. He never said not to feed them. Deal with them with love. Man, as humanitarians we are. Outside of them conversation, you would even pick it up from me. As humanitarians, we love each other. We just don't intermarriage. That's very key. Them is Marcus Mosiah Garvey's standard. We don't intermarriage. So because I'm not marrying a Japanese or Caucasian, that mean I hate them? No. So the buffalo hate the rhinos, not rhinos, because no. Oh, that's 2 different types of animals. But they have different type of tigers too. And them tigers, the Bengal tiger and the Siberian tiger don't get together. You know? You have to put them in a zoo to make them do that, you know. So it's not no hatred from one tiger to a next tiger. It's just the law of nature. And in the spiritual realms, just like any other African tradition, you have to have boundaries that belong to the Africans, or else your same enemy gonna come in and infiltrate and take it over. Because all of a sudden, all Europeans, once they say Rastafari, they're nice. Man, you can hardly trust a Negro sometimes. You can hardly trust. Let me hold back them other words I was going to use. Sometimes. So I don't know all of a sudden, because Nelson Mandela come out of prison, that everybody in South Africa is nice. So, yeah, I can huff and puff about this too. Okay, thought they're going to beat them in the head with the drum, eh? Again, this is a disgusting scene. Don't get me wrong. This is sick. This is sick. But to me, before it reached this far, it went further. This is disgusting. Yeah, but I mean, and the other words you'd want to put to it here. I mean, wow, I wouldn't even want to be caught dead in the shot here. And that's the reality, you know. Woman can't play drum, you know. Woman can't play drum. Whether she going through her period or not, the woman can't play drum. So what about her now? She may have had on a tampon right there. What cycle she's on? What about he? What were they doing last night? But anyway, as I said, this ain't about no huff and puff. But since a lot of huffing and puffing has been taken on, hitting the airwaves, I said, let me just give a little commentary about it. But yes, family, our African tradition should be kept African. And if our African tradition, remember, Africa has many different traditions, but our tradition, Rastafari, is considered as the soul-saving tradition. That's what saves your soul. There are people in Africa that leave the tribal tradition, you know, all them brethren in Kenya and South Africa, and so maybe not necessarily leave it. Maybe that's the wrong, you know, maybe I shouldn't say it so. But they've definitely enough of them put their tradition second place to Rastafari, because that is what saves your soul. You understand? So we understand that all ones with a soul, with a soul, I don't know how much soul them people here have, but all one with a soul deserves to be saved. But outside of the soul, you have an ethnicity. And the tradition that saves the soul is an African tradition, wherein other ethnicities can partake of it, but you can't come and be in the hierarchy and come around certain sacred things, and then all of a sudden you want to lead the ceremony And I must be in the audience clapping with you. Me? Trust me, let me tell you now, and there's gonna ever be a problem with me and the Congress. I ain't not backing none of them things there. No, I need to get them things straight, man. King Emmanuel say, feed them with a long spoon. And if you're a Caucasian and you're vexed with me for saying that, well, you ain't no real Caucasian. A real Caucasian will say, yes, my Lord, you are right. It is your black God that saved us. We oppress you for so long. You shouldn't make us just come and be eating out of the pot. So let us humble ourselves. Yeah, that's how we go. Man, that's how we go. Holy Manuel, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. You come bow to nobody, you know. But anyway, as I said, family, just keep in mind that the international homeschool program we have now added, as I said earlier, English language, specifically language arts, to our arsenal, definitely for the young minds. And this is from preschool all the way up to seniors. Hear this, huh? From preschool all the way up to seniors. And specifically, the Honorable Empress Naya will be facilitating this. This is totally free. This is totally free, specifically for those who are already enrolled. Get your young one enrolled, whether it's in the astronomy, African history, or biology, definitely. And of course, as I said, the Honorable Empress, totally certified bachelor degree in language arts, and of course, master degree also in African American history thereof. All right, family. Hey, remember at 4 p.m. today, it's Youth University. 4 p.m. today, Youth University, talking about hosted by the Honorable Princess Akesha Menon and the Honorable Prince Alamase. Make sure you are in the house from 4 to 4:30. Bring all the youths in, and definitely we're gonna sing and dance and have a wonderful time. And don't forget tonight, Tiger's Nest, 7 p.m. talking about Eastern Caribbean time. That might be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it's all right. Just put your radio on to Radio Anu, and you know, everything is sealed. Cook and curry, as they say there, yeah, you know, cook and curry. Remember, just to get to Radio Anu is a very easy thing to do. Talking about PriestIsaacInstitute.com, PriestIsaacInstitute.com, or just scroll down to the description of this video here and you will see all the links. Just press the button and wow, you are there in a moment. So definitely, family, glorify Empress Menon as we definitely continue to celebrate the Earth Day of the Mother of Creation, life giver and the keeper of life. Nyahbingi, you know, Nyahbingi is a woman. Not this woman here though. Give thanks, Mother Menon, glorify. Holy Emmanuel, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.